Hello and welcome to the Application Perfection Limited overview of our new product, Security and Access Manager. Really our product's aimed at simplifying the management of security and access rights. With larger implementations of Salesforce, it can take a lot of time, money and effort to stay on top of your security and access rights in the heat of an implementation or with stakeholders asking for certain things to be opened up or with new custom objects coming out. Salesforce is such a fantastically flexible system that you can very quickly make changes away from your original security and access rights policy. So really, Security and Access Manager is designed to make it easier for large implementations to manage their security access rights. But equally, small implementations may find it useful if they want to do a thorough end-to-end audit of their current security setup. So let's dive into the demo. Today we're going to cover three screens. Firstly, the object access screen that you can see here. So the purpose of this screen is really to allow you very simply to lock down or open up the access to objects across multiple profiles from the same screen. When I meet with different companies, you can spend a lot of time actually preparing CRUD spreadsheets to actually show them their current security setup. You then might make some notes in the spreadsheet and say, actually, we don't want this person or this profile to be able to do this or that in the system. You then take it away and you implement it in the system. You might have to click into each profile to make these changes. So really this screen just allows you to do it all from one simple screen. So in this example, we're going to look at the campaign setup. So from this screen, I can immediately see across the profiles down the left here and along the access rights on the top, who can do what in the system. So for example, I might not want to share the sales executive edit rights for all campaigns, so you could take that away there. You might want to do the same for the sales manager. You might also want to take away some delete rights. So let's do that in a couple of places. Marketing should probably be able to do everything. Customer services, you might want to take away view and modify all there. Distribution, they might not need any access to the system, so let's take all that away. So now I'm going to save this to the database. I'm going to give it a log name. So we're going to call this met with our CMO, reviewed security around campaign object. So now I'm going to save my changes directly into the database, updating multiple profiles in one go, saving myself hundreds of clicks, and you can see the changes have been saved to the database. So now I might want to export this current setup to Excel, or actually first I'll show you rollback changes. So because it's now so easy to update across multiple profiles from one screen, you might have made a mistake, so you might want to roll back your changes. So you can literally select the log that you want to roll back to, and you can see the changes that I've just made in the system, and you can click revert changes, and that will take you back to where it was before. So if I wanted to export the current setup, you might want to, rather than review it online face-to-face, you might want to send around an Excel spreadsheet. You can simply click export to Excel. This shows you what the current users can do in the system, so whether they've got read or create. If they can do that function, it's green. If they can't, it's red. It tells you the org that the current setup was exported from. The company, the user that made the changes, I'll talk through that in a minute. That's actually for exporting logs, the date of the export, and who it's exported by. If you're working with internal audit, you might also want to generate a PDF. So you could click generate PDF here. Generates a nice PDF showing what they can do in the system. If you wanted to export a log, you could do the same thing. So we're going to go back to our previous log, export this, and here you can see what you did on the log, so what it is now and what it was before. And then you've got down here the date of the export, the date of the log, so when the changes were made, who made the changes, and who it's exported by. So moving on to the next tab, objects and fields. So you've just seen how we can lock down a security at an object level. Now I'll show you how you can do it from a field level. So let's select some sales managers or sales profiles. We'll use the campaign object again, hit go, and here you can see the actual fields, field level security. If I scroll down a bit, so we might want to lock down the actual cost of the campaign, because maybe the sales managers should be able to see it, the sales execs should be able to see it, the sales managers might not be able to edit it, so you could take that away and maybe leave it open to sales operations. If you scroll down the page, you can see the read and edit that stays above, so no matter which field you're looking at, you can still see the profile and the headers. So I'm going to save my changes. Oh, better give it a description of a change. So CMO doesn't want anyone outside of marketing to be able to edit actual cost. And you can save it, hit save, and you can see the changes have been saved to the database. Here you can see the changes that I've made, so again you can revert the changes. You can export to Excel, just as with the other tab. You can generate a PDF. And that's really it for that tab. So immediately you can see, rather than having to click into every field or trying to prepare this in a spreadsheet where you're trying to compare profiles, you can do it all from one simple screen. The final tab I just want to talk through is one called Record Access. Because Salesforce has such a fantastically flexible security model, I find in several implementations I've been through now, we might open security up via sharing settings, public groups, territories, roles, all kinds of different ways. So with bigger implementations, you might find that you've got, let's say 100 different sharing settings, 50 different public groups, maybe 200 territories. So actually pinpointing a problem with security access rights can be incredibly time consuming. So really, we built this tool to be able to pinpoint why a user can see a particular record at the touch of a button. So in this example, I want to know why Jonathan Smith can access this opportunity. So if I just take this ID, paste the ID here, and then I'm going to change this to be Jonathan. Hit go. And here you can see it's read through all the security hierarchy. If I change this to be myself, hit go, you can see that the different levels in the role hierarchy. So Jonathan's actually a UK country sales manager that's shared with the role CEO, and the UK country manager slightly below that, hence the CEO can see it. Also looks at the territory hierarchy, public group sharing settings, and record sharing. So that in a nutshell is really functionality overview of Security Access Manager. If you've got any questions, please drop us a line, and thanks for watching the demo.